Good afternoon and welcome to a fictional lecture on the history of Pleninia, which is a country that I made up. Fictional history is especially important to me personally because some of my favorite movie characters are fictional. Last week we talked about the first king of Pleninia, Ivanko the Stabber. This week we're going to talk about the first prince of Pleninia. Now, the first begotten son of Ivanko the Stabber was named Grigor, but Grigor immediately after his birth died of a disease called dead baby disease. The second begotten son of Ivanko was named Kristos. Now, I'll draw quickly representations of Grigor and Kristos. I'll give them each a crown. Ivanko and Kristos. And to be historically accurate, I'll also give them arms and legs. Now this, by the way, is a completely accurate historical representation of the length of Ivanko's arms and legs. He had extremely short arms and legs, and over the course of his life, to maintain his name of Ivanko the Stabber, he used increasingly long swords so that he could stab people who were far away, even with his very short arms. Anyway, that's just kind of an aside. The prince, Kristos, grew up appearing happy, healthy, normal, perfect prince. But then at the age of 15, he suddenly went blind in both eyes, and his personality completely changed. He became withdrawn, quiet, he seemed confused. His mother, Queen Gergana, decided that this being was not her son, that something was wrong, that her son had somehow been replaced, that this wasn't her son. Now, she consulted Pleninia's greatest scientists, and they told her that the most likely thing was that Kristos had been abducted by aliens and replaced with an extraterrestrial replicant. Now, for those of you that don't speak Latin, extraterrestrial just comes from the Latin extra, meaning extra, and terra, meaning terrifying. So an extraterrestrial is just a being that is extra terrifying. And indeed, they were terrified to think that their perfect prince has been replaced with an alien replicant. And that was sort of the consensus view of historians for hundreds of years. It was believed by the broad scholarship that indeed Kristos had been abducted and replaced. Recent research, however, has come to undermine that claim, if not completely destroy it. Recent research has shown that Kristos was not abducted by aliens at age 15, but was in fact abducted by aliens as a baby. Now, we believe now that aliens abducted him as a baby and put what is called an alien brainworm into his ear, where it then lived inside his brain. Now, the alien brainworm allowed the aliens to see out of his eyes and control his movements, his voice, and his thoughts. We believe that this was part of a sociological study on humans done by the aliens as part of a sort of classic methodology of possessed participant observer. When he was 15 years old, however, it seems that the aliens ran out of grant money, at which point they took their brainworm out of his brain and went back to space. Kristos was left blind in both eyes, but otherwise mostly unharmed. His personality appeared to change because for the first time in his life, he had control over his own movement and his own thoughts. His mother thought that he had been replaced with someone else, but in reality, for the first time, she had with her her own actual son, and not an alien brainworm. And she rejected him. Anyway, that's our time to kind of speed through the rest of it. Kristos was beheaded for being a doppelganger, and then everybody else died of diarrhea. Your homework is to write an essay on a family member that you believe might have been possessed by aliens. Enjoy the rest of your day.